guys, I am Crystal Sky, and today we're going to be reviewing Bodycoon and Bodychan. So I've had a lot of time to work with them. I'm going to show you guys what I've done. I love Bodychan the most. That's probably because I'm much better at drawing women. These aren't really for learning, I would say. They're really for getting poses done. So not like the base learning of proportions. I'm really bad at drawing men. So it's really hard for me to judge Bodycoon other than his movements and stuff and the poses. But I'm gonna show you guys all the stuff that I've done with them and you guys make the decision for yourself. First off, let's go over what they can do, right? Had to move my tea so it wasn't in my way. So Bodycoon and Bodychan can both move their heads completely no matter where you want them to go. Any sort of head dynamic, down, up, side to side, they can do all that. Let me show you Bodycoon doing that. His range of movement is a little bit lower than Bodychan's, just in general. Bodychan has this awesome moving shoulder blade, but so does Bodycoon. He's got actually almost double jointed shoulders. Super crazy shoulder movement with Bodycoon here. They can move their arms this way or back, or really wherever you want them to go. Their legs the same. Their torso can move a small range, so not super crazy, but a pretty good range. And then they have the hip joints, which don't move. The legs move like this. That's the movement of the legs on both Bodycoon and Bodychan, which is not bad. You can see what the pose is and what's bent and everything like that. So they do come with a stand. You guys saw my first impressions. They come with a whole bunch of hands, a whole bunch of accessories, and a whole bunch of a whole stand here. I haven't been using this stand at all. The way I've been using them is I would pose her and then I would just hold her and be able to like move her around while I'm using her. They suggest taking a picture of them and using it that way. I'll show you guys why that didn't work for me. I just prefer to pose them like this. Maybe let's just do like a quick pose really quick. Like I'll pose her and then I'll use her like this, maybe if I want to go like this, and just hold her while I'm coloring or drawing with the other hand. That's how I've been using them so far, at least with Bodychan. I haven't been using Bodycoon as much because, again, I do not know how to draw males. You'll see in a little bit how awful I am. But it has helped me with at least proportions in a certain way, and I've definitely gotten better for using him. Let's move them aside here and move the stands aside. I like the range of hands and items. They could obviously always be more, but for the money, I'm fairly happy with what I got. Okay, let's go into this sketchbook real quick. I didn't turn to the pages, but okay. So this is my first time using Bodychan. You can see the sketches down here. I went right in and there I was already getting better at using her. It takes some time. It takes some time to get good at using them. So those were 3 sketches that I did. Let me move this aside. And these are sketches with Bodycoon. So I'm just harassing myself over in the comments down here because I'm so awful at it. So I am learning and I am getting better. And then that is not what my reference looked like. I mean, I'm not even trying. And then I did a girl pose with her and it came out like 3 times better. So as you can see, it's not going to boost your proportions of men for me in general like super much, but I mean with females I can get great poses with them, so there's that. Then I did these, which I mean I wanted to do like a almost like a sneaking pose, and that turned out really good from Bodychan. And then that is not a pose, that is just something I did with frustration. Okay, so let me show you guys, that's just my sketchbook, I do really crazy stuff in there. So let me show you guys why taking pictures and using them didn't work for me. Though I do like taking pictures of poses that I'll refer back to. I do use Bodycoon and Bodychan all the time. Mostly Bodychan, because I can only draw females. So this is a picture I imported. This is Procreate. This is a picture I imported into Procreate, taken from, I think, can you guys see? Taken from Buddy-chan. So let me see if I can bring that layer's opacity back. It's been a while since I used Procreate. So that was the original pose using the stand. And then this was the sketch that came out of that. So it turned out alright. The pose is very stiff. I don't think like tracing like they suggested on the back of the packaging is really for me. And I think just using them as a posal reference instead works so much better for me. Again, I mean, the proportions are all correct and it's all correct, but it looks so stiff and there's like no life in it. If you guys know what I mean. So all in all, I really, really liked these figures. Since I guess I'm a little bit more than a beginner at this point, but like I'm a beginner intermediate, and I'm working on a comic. They've been great for comic panels, such as like I have a panel where she's running, and I wanted to have it just from bottom like of hip down, so it was great for like a running pose for any of my comic slides. I have comic slides where people are floating, comic slides where people are fighting in general. Like, one of them is like this, almost. I could do the pose much better. Like this, almost. So, it's really great. I know, it looks so silly. It's like you're playing with dolls. It looks so silly. But they work. Like, they work. I had a pose the other day where she's just sitting on the end of a book stack. Kind of like this. Let me see if I can get it. I don't think I have the picture with me. But she's like just sitting on the end of a book stack, and it turned out really well. Like, it turned out really well. Now, when you first get them, they are very stiff, but because I've been working with them so often, they move to exactly where I want them to. They sit in their pose perfectly, and their shoulders and everything move. And I don't feel like I'm breaking them either, and I don't have to be really careful with them. I mean, they're expensive, so I'm careful. I'm just a careful person. But I don't have to be like, oh my god, barely move. Like, I can pull up the hands and everything's fine. Right? So I give these an A+. I really like them. They work a lot for me. The only range of motion I find that I don't have with them is anything like moving the leg in a little bit. I'm a dancer, or I was a dancer, and moving, like, you can move the hips to about there. And that's about it. Like, you can't do, like, anything cross-legged or anything like that. Which is fine. I didn't expect something crazy like that. You can actually do a little bit of ankles next to each other, which is pretty interesting. But, you know, there's a limited range of motion in the legs, which I've noticed because, again, I was a dancer. There may be limited range of motion in the arms as well, in the shoulder and the back. But other than that, I mean, they get basic poses down. There's hundreds of poses I've been able to make just in these couple of weeks that I've had them. I think I've only had them for a week and a half. And I love them so far. I'm going to use them all the time. I don't really use a stand, like I said. I've mostly been, because I'm alright at drawing hands, I mostly actually just been using the hands that I had on and not changing the hands at all, because I can just draw whatever hand I want. The wrist has a range of motion, which is crazy. It's crazy to think that the wrist of a doll has range of motion, but it does. So I move the wrist exactly where I want it, and then I draw whatever hand fits. So the hands and the accessories aren't actually needed, right? These are the boy hands. These are the girl hands. And it's great for figuring out how characters interact with each other. Like, if they're dancing, you know, how is the hand going to fit here, right? How close are they going to be? But the height really limits how you would feel that way, or how you would be able to, because, I mean, you'd have to put her on like a stand if you wanted her to be taller, right? So other than that, it helps a lot with character action, and it helps a lot with poses. I'm a big fan. They were pretty steep. I bought these at Barnes & Noble for 50 bucks each. So again, they were very expensive, but I'm a fan. I use them every day already. I especially use them for my comic, and since I'm bad at drawing men, I use Bodycoon a lot more, even though I am awful at drawing men. Alright, so I've rambled on enough. Again, I give these an A+. All of my reviews, I don't know if I've said this in any of the other reviews, all of my reviews are paid for by me or my family. These were a Christmas present, so all of them are paid by me. No company ever sends me anything because I'm just me, you know what I mean? Like some YouTubers talk about how, oh, I reached out to this company. I'm like, how? How do you have the confidence to go to a company, hey, I'll review your product if you send it to me? How do you have the confidence to do that? Because I don't. I'd never do that. I just, oh, hey, I'd like to review that. All right, 30 bucks. All right, ding. That's how I make my reviews. So I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. I really like these, and I would recommend them if you have the money. Make sure you have the money. This is not something if you're strapped for cash, this is not something that you're gonna go, oh, I can barely make my bills, let me go buy these. But if you have the money, or you have like a present coming up or something like that, if it's Christmas or your birthday coming up, then yeah, definitely ask for these or get these. They're expensive, but I really like them. They work really well, and they're great for poses. Anyway guys, I will see you later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!